Today we're going to change the burners in the stove. Both of these are so busted up. This one here is just literally falling apart. This one here, I had actually fabricated a piece to hold the thing in that fell apart. I actually used rivets and everything else and wires trying to put it together. The reason I haven't replaced it till now is I could never find the correct one. This is a extra high-speed cauldron by GE, and I never could find the right one, and I hope that this is going to be the right one. You can buy a generic one for 10 bucks, or you can spend about 40 for the so-called GM name brand. This is a WB30X342. Forget which one's which. This is the 6-inch burner for this one here, and the 8-inch burner is going to be for that one. So these are a 4-wire burner. You have to get down in there, and we're going to take that screw out with so if you get the GE genuine replacement part, it'll actually say genuine cauldron, and it's flatter, and it will come with new ceramic insulators to protect the wires, the clips to hold the insulator together, and rechange the wire. This is different than the modern day stuff where these plug in, where these just slide and plug in, but you can't buy these at Lowe's or Home Depot or anywhere. You're going to have to order them online. But what concerns me about this one is this is a 4-wire. This is originally 4-wire, but the new ones are 3-wire. So I hope it's going to go together all right. So we're going to have our screws go in there from the wire into the heating element. We got a screw right here we got to take loose, and that will allow the wires to drop down. And then we'll be taking this insulator apart. Okay, what we need to do to replace this burner is we got to take this screw out. It's going to be a sheet metal screw that goes in here that holds this in. So our screw is right there. So we're going to take that out, and that'll allow it to drop in there, and then we're going to take the clips off this insulator like this, open it up, take the 4 wires out, and attach them here. But you will notice, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these rings off. In the nasty pan. I do recommend a nut driver for this. And it is a 1/4 nut driver. Why would that be so tight? And now the whole thing should pop right out. So once you take your screw loose, you pull it out. Try not to get the grease all over everything. And my idea was to flip it, but it ain't coming loose. There must be some kind of clip underneath of there. Here we go. Still don't know what this wire is for. But as you can see, this thing, I pulled this out of there. Somebody literally melted an aluminum pan on this burner. We're going to slide this over here, and we're going to have to get us a screwdriver or something. Try to get these clips popped off. We do have new ones, so So there we have it. Okay. As you Gotta keep these wires straight now. You can't. So these are on really tight. So there we go. Okay. One wire at a time. Guess we got a thread change or something going on here. We'll use the ones that came with it. They did not like the old ones, so yep, big difference. Okay, I'm going to need to get a pair of pliers or something to help hold this because it's wanting to twist on me. I don't want it twisting a brand new. I don't want to get on the weld. Alright, now we just got to figure out how to make these clips go back on here. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. You just got to play with it. Wow, did you see those sparks flying? Huh? Ceramic and metal. Alright. There we go. Alright. Just make sure those clips are on there good. Your wire's good and snug. And then, okay, all we have left to do is this little clip right here is what holds it in right there. You can see that or not, but that's what gives us the ability to raise and lower this. And I think I'm going to use the old screw back in there. The new one comes with this clip, and this, if you noticed, I had to replace all the screws. So if I use the old one, we don't have to put that clip in there, but that screw goes there. And then we'll put our rings back in there, and we have a new burner. Alright. We've run into an alignment problem. If you notice, this side is high, this side is low when it comes down here. And what I'm finding is when you raise this and try and use that wrench to tighten that up, that nut driver, it torques the whole thing. So what we're going to try and do is just use a 1/4 inch wrench and raise it up as high as we can. Okay guys, there we are. If you can see now, I got it totally level. There's no wobble to it all. It took a little bit of playing. The best way, if you could figure out what, put shims right there and right there, because every time I was torquing this screw down, it was wanting to make it flip up in the air, and it wasn't laying flat. So I had to do some playing with it, put my finger under here and raise this up when I tighten it down to keep that screw from torquing and setting with it torqued. So if you had some way of putting a shim right there and right there and right there, where you could lay this down and tighten it with 1/4 inch wrench right there, would be the best way of getting the alignment done. But you want it so when you put weight on there, it's totally supported between the burner to this outer ring that supports it all. So now we got this one to deal with. We're going to do it next. But one thing we're going to do is we're going to clean out. I mean, there's even popcorn under there. So we're going to use some plastic paint can thing to scoop all this up. I don't want to scrape that metal, and I don't want it to rust under there or anything. So we want to use plastic, either that or a plastic putty knife. We're going to clean it out under there real good. But this one's going to be about the same. We're going to pull this one out. Okay, now for the 8-inch burner. Basically switch them out. This one here has obviously been replaced before because it has the plastic, heat resistant plastic. I don't know, should I go back with that or the included ceramic? That's some pretty good plastic to hold up to that amount of heat. What does concern me is this wire right here. And I don't know if electrical tape's going to be enough to withhold it. And also, we're going to have to do something about this, because that wire is shot. So that's just great. Where am I going to find a clip? I have to replace the clips, and I don't know where I'm going to get that. But so that's going to be fun. Okay, I don't have any of these connectors right here. I've looked everywhere. I can't find any. So I'm going to try and use this one. Might even be better. So we cut the wire off there, and then I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to put some heat shrink over this. I don't know if that'll hold up, or electrical tape would be better. I could cut the wire back here, but it's going to be such a tight fit. So we're going to try and use this and just position it so that it comes out like this, and then I think we'll be just fine. We've got enough of an opening there that I think it'll come out alright. If it was here, it might be an issue, but with it like this, I think that's going to be just fine. I did cut the plastic off here, so I don't know how that plastic will hold up to the oven, the stove temperature. Just to protect that wire where I could see the conductor going through the wire, like this one here. I put two layers of heat shrink tape over. I don't know how that will hold up with the stove temperature, but we're going to find out.
So that's what I'm going to try and use. I'm going to attach it just like that.